Yeah. See, now we have we spent so much time, Nigerians in particular, talking about the presidential election. Now it has come and gone. The court rulings have come and gone. Okay. So what are your views about the outcome of the election and the challenge in court and the court ruling in general?
For me, I think it's what the whole thing for me offers some optimism.
Okay.
I mean, compared with what we used to have in the past, right? I know there were a couple of discrepancies here and there, but I think the final result actually reflects the will of the people. You understand Nigerian geopolitics. You know that a lot of calculation, dealing and willing and all of those negotiations go into, winning elections in Nigeria. And those that designed our electoral process, I think there's actually a lot of wisdom in some of the things they did. Number one, this thing about the third majority.
Yeah.
And the spread. You can't win election if you don't have a spread across the country, even if you have majority, you get.
Yeah.
So what that does is it saves the country from a single ethnic group, using its number to just continuously win election. You really have to build bridges across a number of groups in the country to win elections. Yeah. So while that safeguards certain things, it also complicates the whole process. So in the past, what we had was we had a number of electoral fraud. Ballot stuffing is a very critical one, right?
Yeah.
But then they introduced IREV, which I think changed a whole lot of things. I mean, I was there on election day, and you can tell that some of the fraud techniques that they were using in the past were no longer applicable.
Okay.
But of course, some of these guys still got very creative. So they tried to find a way around it. But it didn't work so well like it used to work in the past. So you can almost say that electoral fraud from ballot stuffing, for example, is eliminated as long as we keep this system. Of course, the system needs to be improved, right? Okay. We need to put in a lot of improvements in the system, but I'm happy that at least ballot stuffing is out of the question, right? Now, what they're trying to do is, they're transmitting results from the polling booth to a server at the back end. They're trying to see how that can be manipulated. But even that is now difficult because now the tribunals are actually quite firm in how they go about resolving electoral cases, as we have seen. So if you don't get these things right, if you don't have the right evidence and all of those things to defend your case, your case gets thrown out. So I think we are making a lot of improvements, in my opinion. I think we're making improvements. We're not where we should be. Free and fair elections and producing leaders that are the true representatives of the people is really the key to transforming the country.
Yeah.
Right? But I think we are on that path.
Wow.
That part.
But for me, irrespective of the who wins or didn't win any particular election, the process is important, and for me, we should not cancel the process just because something went wrong in a particular election. Or what I want to see is an improvement. Discussion about the difficulties. And then solving these problems. Implementing a solution. And very critically for me, we need to make all the rules as clear as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I hope the next election will be better. Okay.
Definitely need more awareness. And you know, I think one of our weaknesses as a people is we expect others to do things for us. You know, so when people complain, oh, they have done this, they have done that. Question is, what are we, the people who don't want those negative things being done? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Together as a people to fight for what is right. I don't think we are doing enough of that. You know, in the last election, there was a lot of voter intimidation. Now they can't stop ballot voters. So the other technique is
stop you from even voting.
So,
oh my God.
You know, what are we going to do about it? You know, so I think those are some of the things we should be having discussions around, right? So what's the solution? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what solution can be applied there, aside from creating that awareness and about the negative of this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think we are doing enough in many
ways. The problem with all those people intimidating potential voters is this. When you intimidate people to stop them from voting, okay, maybe your candidate wins, but in the long run,
yes,
your children, your cousins,
yes,
your brothers,
yes,
are they going to get what they want in the next dispensation?
Yes.
Maybe you have been paid, but even the money they paid you, is this enough for you to survive through the next few years until a new election comes?
And that's the education that needs to be, or let me say, the education process that Nigerians need to go through.
Yeah.
Now, look, you may get paid for doing this, but see, this is the larger cost of this action to you. You know, because part of the reason why people engage in these things, they don't see the full cost.
Yeah.
Right? They actually believe that it's not costing them anything, that it's all profit.
Yes.
In reality, the cost is huge.
Huge.
Them, you know, they don't see the direct cost to them. If you're able to make them see the direct cost, a lot of people will behave differently. You know, so that's the education that needs to be done. You know, how that can be done